You've been there, haven't you? Listening to English conversations, podcasts, or videos and thinking, I understand everything perfectly. But then the moment comes when someone asks you a simple question in English and suddenly your mind goes blank. You freeze, stutter, and your confidence disappears. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. This frustrating gap between understanding English and speaking it fluently is something millions of learners experience every single day. But what if I told you there's one simple technique so easy, so powerful, that it can bridge this gap and completely transform your speaking skills? Imagine yourself speaking English not only clearly, but confidently and naturally, as if it were your first language. What if this technique was already within your reach, waiting to be discovered through something as enjoyable as watching your favorite TED Talks? Today, you'll uncover the secret of a language learning method called shadowing. It's not complicated, doesn't require textbooks, and best of all, it's incredibly effective. Using inspiring and engaging TED Talks, you'll learn exactly how to mimic native speakers, master pronunciation, and internalize vocabulary effortlessly. So, if you're ready to finally speak English without hesitation and unlock your full potential, you're exactly where you need to be. And hey, if this already sounds exciting and useful to you, go ahead and like this video right now. When you do that, you're telling YouTube, hey, this helps me. And YouTube will recommend more videos like this, helping you and others speak English better every day. Welcome to Stories to Learn English, the channel where your English gets better every day. Hit subscribe and let's get started. Shadowing might sound like something out of a spy movie, but in language learning, it's one of the most powerful techniques out there. At its core, shadowing means listening to someone speak and repeating what they say out loud as closely and quickly as possible. Not later, not after taking notes, but right then, almost like you're their shadow. Why does this work? Because it forces your brain to do something incredibly valuable. It connects what you hear with how you speak. You're not just studying English, you're performing it. And that performance trains your pronunciation, your rhythm, your intonation. Over time, your mouth starts to shape the sounds naturally. Your ears tune in to what sounds right. And most importantly, your confidence starts to grow. Shadowing also mimics how babies learn language. They don't sit with a grammar book. They listen, they repeat, they absorb, and eventually they speak fluently. Not because they know the rules, but because they've lived the sounds over and over again. You don't need to understand every single word in the beginning. That's not the goal. The goal is flow. It's to train your brain to feel the music of English, to get used to how it's spoken, not just what is being said. And that's where the right audio makes all the difference. Because if you're going to shadow someone, you want to shadow the best. Let's talk about why TED Talks are the perfect partner for this journey. Now, you might be wondering, why TED Talks? What makes them so special for shadowing? The answer is simple. TED Talks offer everything a language learner could ask for. They're clear, structured, and delivered by speakers from all over the world. That means you're exposed to a wide range of accents, rhythms, and speaking styles, all in English that's rich, natural, and inspiring. But more than that, TED Talks are built to hold your attention. Each talk tells a story. Each speaker has a message. And that's powerful because when you care about what you're hearing, you remember what you're saying. You're not just repeating words, you're connecting with ideas. That emotional connection is what makes shadowing truly effective. Another reason TED Talks work so well is the pacing. Most speakers on that stage speak with intention. They pause, they emphasize, they deliver their words with meaning. That rhythm is gold for learners. It gives your brain space to follow along and your mouth time to respond. And here's something else. TED Talks come with transcripts and subtitles in multiple languages. That means you can read along, rewind, slow down, and really understand what's being said, all while shadowing out loud. You're not just practicing English, you're absorbing wisdom, inspiration, and real world language that stays with you long after the video ends. So now that you know what to shadow, let's explore how to do it in a way that fits your style and actually works. Shadowing isn't just one method, it's a flexible tool. And depending on how you learn best, you can shape it to work for you. The key is to choose the right approach and stick with it long enough to see results. The first and most intense method is called real time shadowing. You listen to the speaker and repeat their words immediately with no pause. It's like being their echo. It trains your reflexes and builds fluency fast, but it can feel overwhelming at first. Especially with fast speakers, don't worry. That's part of the process. If that feels like too much, try delayed shadowing. This method gives you space. You pause the video after each sentence or phrase, then repeat it out loud. This allows you to focus more on pronunciation, stress, and meaning. It's perfect for beginners or anyone who prefers to go step by step. There's also a third approach, chunk shadowing. Instead of working line by line, you focus on small sections, maybe 15 to 30 seconds at a time. You listen, then repeat, then again, until it flows. This is ideal for mastering specific parts of a talk that challenge you or inspire you. Whichever method you choose, consistency matters more than perfection. Set a short daily routine, just 10 or 15 minutes a day. Pick a TED Talk that interests you. Download the transcript. Turn on subtitles if needed. And start mimicking, repeating, living the language. The beauty of shadowing is that it adapts to you. You don't have to speak like the speaker. You just need to speak with the speaker. Over time, your mouth remembers, your brain adjusts, and your fluency takes off. Let's now bring these techniques to life with real strategies you can apply today. Simple steps that make shadowing not just a method, but a powerful daily habit. So now you know the techniques. But how do you actually make shadowing work in your daily life? It starts with choosing the right content. Pick a TED Talk that interests you, something that makes you curious, excited, or inspired. When you enjoy the message, you naturally stay focused. Fluency grows faster when you're emotionally connected to the language. Begin with a short segment, 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute. Listen carefully to the speaker's rhythm, emotion, and pauses. Then hit pause and repeat it out loud. Try to copy not just the words, but the feeling behind them. That's what makes your English sound real, not robotic. At first, you might stumble. You'll miss words. You'll trip over unfamiliar sounds. That's okay. That's how progress starts. Don't aim for perfection, aim for flow. Each repetition builds confidence. Each mistake teaches you something. Pay close attention to intonation, the rise and fall of the voice. English is full of rhythm, and mimicking that natural flow is more important than getting every single word right. Focus on pronunciation, especially on sounds that don't exist in your native language. And don't forget stress patterns. Knowing which syllables to emphasize can completely change how natural you sound. To make it easier, use tools like subtitles, playback speed controls, or even apps that let you loop small segments. You can write down new phrases, highlight tricky expressions, or even record yourself to hear your own progress. And remember, consistency is everything. Shadowing for just 10 minutes a day is better than doing it for an hour once a week. It's a habit, a daily ritual that becomes part of who you are as an English speaker. Because the more you shadow, the more English becomes second nature. And when that happens, when you start to feel the language instead of just studying it, that's when fluency really begins. Let's take it one step further now. Let's look at how shadowing can not only improve your speaking, but actually transform the way you understand English. Shadowing isn't just about speaking, it's about transformation. When you practice it consistently, something powerful starts to happen. You begin to notice words you didn't even know you remembered. You understand phrases in movies or conversation that used to sound like noise. Your brain starts connecting the dots faster, smoother, and more naturally. Your vocabulary expands without memorizing endless word lists. Instead of learning words in isolation, you learn them in action, inside real sentences with real meaning. You see how native speakers use phrasal verbs, idioms, and expressions, and you start using them too, almost without realizing it. Your grammar improves not by studying rules, but by repetition. You begin to feel when something sounds right simply because you've heard and spoken it enough times. You build your internal English voice, the kind that thinks in English, not just translates from your native language. And most of all, shadowing boosts your listening comprehension. You become faster at catching the details, better at understanding different accents, and more confident when others speak quickly. You stop panicking and start responding. Many learners who felt stuck for years have used shadowing to finally unlock their fluency. It's not magic, it's muscle memory, it's persistence, and it's a technique you can use anywhere at home, on the bus, during a walk. The next time you hit play on a TED Talk, remember you're not just listening, you're training your brain, your voice, and your future in English. And now, let's bring it all together with one last message to guide you as you move forward. Learning to speak English fluently doesn't require moving to another country or spending years in a classroom. Sometimes all it takes is one technique, done with consistency and purpose. Shadowing with TED Talks gives you the perfect combination of real English, inspiring content, and daily practice. It's how you train your ear, strengthen your voice, and build confidence one repetition at a time. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. If you speak out loud every day, even just a few minutes, you will improve. Your pronunciation will sharpen. Your vocabulary will grow. And one day, without even thinking, you'll speak English like it's part of you. So here's your next step. Choose a TED Talk you love, play it, pause it, repeat it, shadow it. And if this video helped you understand the power of shadowing, like it now, because that tells YouTube to recommend more content like this to help your English. And drop a comment with one new word, phrase, or insight you're taking away from this story. This is more than practice, it's progress. And it starts with your voice. Keep going. You're closer to fluency than you think.